Thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. Hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Sunday, May 11th, basketball NBA playoffs continue. We've got, game 4 of a couple different series here. We'll start, let's see, we watched the Celtics, and I'm going to say this about the Knicks. First of all, they played horrible three-point defense. That was number one. I don't know what the hell they're doing out there. You're up 2-0. You got very fortunate to be up 2-0. The Celtics handed you 2 wins on the road. At home, you come out and lay that big of an egg. That was horrible. And then the Warriors and T-Wolves, this series without Steph Curry, I don't know about you guys. 90s basketball was cool back in 90s basketball. I am not interested in watching this absolute horror of shooting fest / mugging that's going on in that series. That series has almost become unwatchable the last 2 games. I mean, if you're a Warriors fan or a T-Wolves fan, I can understand watching it, but from a guy that doesn't have a dog in that fight, that thing has been almost unwatchable for the last 2 games. I was interested to watch in game 1. It was a rock fight as well when Curry went down, but oh my God. I mean, what'd they score? 75 points in the first half combined? Come on. It's supposed to be NBA players, dudes that can shoot. The NBA's turning in, a lot of this is guys that just can't shoot, but they can play defense or they can rebound or they're extremely athletic, whatever it may be, but that was hard to watch, bro. If you watched the first half and you actually kept it on for the second half, like I said, you probably had a dog in the fight in that one. That was just god-awful to watch. I'm not going to lie there. Now, we'll get to the Sunday games. We're spread apart pretty quick here, too. And we've got an early game, 3:30 Eastern time, Thunder Nuggets. So the Thunder, once again, we're cruising, and Nuggets figure out a way to steal the game. I think this is the Nuggets' recipe in this whole damn series. They are not strong enough to compete with the Thunder, I think, for 4 quarters. Now, they can hang around enough and then try to steal one, which they've done in game 1 and game 3. Game 2, I think we saw what can happen if the Thunder are clicking everywhere. I don't know if they're going to play like that again in this series till they get back home, like game 5, but they've got to have game 4 here. You do not want to go down 3-1. Not that you can't win this thing down 3-1, but you don't want to be in that situation. It just, tightens everything up, all that kind of fun stuff. This game here, we do like the Thunder. We think they pull out this game 4, favored by 6. Total in this game, 227. So we're going to give you all the plays we've got in this one here. Thunder minus 1.5 first quarter, 3.5 first half, 6 for the game. Thunder 58 plus team total first half and 117 plus team total for the game. SGA, we're back to 30 plus points again. I don't know what SGA has to do a couple different things here. He's got to shoot the ball, and he's got to go to the hole and take the fouls. He has to. That's the way this team works. I understand Holmgren had a nice game, and these guys have a nice game, and all that kind of crap. SGA makes this whole thing work because he gets them all into foul trouble as well, and he puts points up on the board with no time coming off the clock, which is even more important. You want to run them out of possessions. The Nuggets will fold if you get enough possessions. Kind of my thought on that one. Westbrook, 10-plus points. Hartenstein, 10-plus points. Jokic, 2-plus threes and 14-plus rebounds. We also like Hartenstein for 9-plus rebounds. SG under 7.5 assists we're going back to again. Jokic, 5-plus turnovers. And then Holmgren, 3-plus blocks and 4-plus blocks. They keep taking the ball in the middle. Holmgren's going to keep swatting away shots. We think for sure in that one. Next game up, 8:05 Eastern time. Cavs, Pacers. So let's be honest here. Cavs got their guys back game 3, and the Pacers, that 13-point second quarter was an absolute disaster. After they hung in there and tied that thing up first quarter 32 apiece, that second quarter to come out and lay 13 points was just gross. Halliburton looked absolutely lost on what to do against this defense. Halliburton, you're supposed to be an all-pro, all-star. First of all, you got to shoot more, brother. We've said this for 2 years. When you are aggressive, scoring the basketball, your team works better because then they're not just covering the passing lanes. They have to actually cover you shoot. You have to take your threes, bro. Like, I don't know what he was doing there in game 4 or game 3. That was disgusting. Miles Turner, decent game. Let's see. Benedict Mathurin off the bench. Obviously, monster game for him. But Pascal Siakam, I'm going to tell you right now, if Siakam is your leading scorer, you're going to lose. That's just the way it is. I'm telling you, Siakam is a nice piece when you can't seem to get any other offense kind of going, but you cannot continue just to give him turnaround buckets in the paint and think that's going to win against this Cavs team. Not when they're healthy. Not going to happen. Donovan Mitchell's been absolutely on fire. Garland came back, played well, got too many fouls in the first half, but other than that, played well. Mobley was a monster. DeAndre Hunter hung around, but it stretched their rotation a little bit, which gave some guys some time, some minutes off. But the Pacers had an opportunity to step on their throat there. Even if they don't win that game, but they met it somewhat competitive. I think the Cavs are thinking in the back of their mind, like, shit, we could, we got that one, but we've got to really buckle down to try to get game 4. But the Cavs right now are thinking we're going back home 2-2. And they should, the way this series is played so far. If the Pacers play somewhat resemblance of what they played second quarter on, this is Katie bar the door. Cavs might win this damn thing in 6. Anyway, that being said, Cavs favored by 5, 230.5 total. We do like the over in this game. We think the Pacers are actually going to, score more than 13 points in the second quarter. So Cavs, Pacers over 57 first quarter, 113 first half, 230.5 for the game. We like Evan Mobley. He had 18 points in his comeback. We like him for 17+ here and 20+. Nembhard, he scores better at home, 13+ points, 2+ threes. Aaron Nesmith, 5+ rebounds. Darius Garland, 6+ assists. We think he gives a lot of gives a lot of dimes out there in this game here. He doesn't need to shoot a bunch. He has to be out there though, because the ball moves when Garland's out there. He is definitely a difference maker for sure. All right, so only 2 games on the NBA playoff slate, but we went through a bunch of bets. How do we get a chance to take a look at all those bets? No problem whatsoever. We've got them posted in multiple spots online, TikTok, YouTube, channel pages as well at the end of every episode on YouTube. It's a link to our Google Sheets, docs.google.com/spreadsheet, bunch of other stuff behind it. Click on that link. Once you do, go to the Basketball 2024-2025 tab, scroll on down to May 11th. You'll be able to see all of our bets, what juice we got those at, how many units we wagered, what book we placed them at as well. Also, do you like the content you're seeing here and want to see some more? We'd love to have you along for the ride. All you need to do is hit follow or subscribe, depending on the social media platform you're watching us on. We'll show up in your follow or subscriptions tab, or make life simple for yourself. Turn on those notifications for that social media platform. You'll get a notification sent to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of bets. Give you plenty of time to match those up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.